Hello and welcome to Food Tech 101. Now, tomorrow is my niece Lucy's, I'll give you a special shout out Lucy, 16th birthday. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to make a little something to contribute. So today we're going to make some super quick, super easy, super tasty Bakewell Tarts. So let me talk you through the basic ingredients. We have some self-raising flour for the cake part of the mixture. We have some plain flour to make the pastry. We have some margarine, and that's going to help with the cake. We have the all-important almond essence. We have some butter for the pastry. We have some eggs, again for the cake part, and we're using caster sugar. Okay, step one, we're going to make our pastry. And we're going to use a technique which we should be familiar with on Food Tech 101. That's called the rubbing in method. In my bowl I have 200 grams of plain flour and 100 grams of butter. So a basic pastry recipe is half fat to butter. We're making quite a short crust pastry. So all I'm going to do is squeeze the butter into the flour using the rubbing in method. What I'm aiming for ultimately is for the mixture to resemble fine breadcrumbs. Okay, so our mixture is now resembling fine breadcrumbs. The aim is really not to have any big blobs of fat, which we don't. So now, at the moment, we don't have a pastry. So in order to make it a pastry, we need to add some water. So I'm going to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of water. That should be just enough to help it come together, form a dough. Very quickly, you can see it's starting to clump together. Now, because we want it really short, we don't want to add too much water, because if you add too much water, it will still come together, but the pastry will start to become quite tough. So now, I'm just going to get my hands in and squeeze it all together. Now, you're not kneading this, you're just really combining. Now if you see the video we did on scone based pizza, it's a very similar technique. So we're not looking to knead this, really just combine things together, because when it's baked, it's really short and crumbly. So I'm just going to roll it flat, cut my shapes out, but be very careful lifting the shapes out, because this pastry is very fragile, because it makes such a crumbly pastry when baked. So I have my shapes cut out. So very carefully, I'm going to take these out and place them individually in their mini tins. Okay, so fill the tin with individual cases. The next step, I'm just going to add a touch of jam to each one. Now it's very important not to overfill with jam, because when you're baking it will just kind of spill out. So just be under generous. Yeah? So about half a teaspoonful of jam in each one. It doesn't look like a lot, but if you put any more, it'll just bubble out when it's baking. I'm going to go ahead, fill each one with about half a teaspoonful of jam, and then I'm going to start on the cake mixture. Next, I'm going to start making the cake mixture. In my bowl, I have 100 grams of margarine and I have 100 grams of sugar. And I'm going to cream these two ingredients together with the back of the spoon using something called the creaming method. That's basically where we rub the fat and the sugar together. It should go light and creamy and smooth. Let's get started. So all we're aiming for really with this is to get nice and creamy and smooth. An indication that you're getting there is that it will go from quite a bright yellow and become quite pale in colour. Another way of checking is to put a little bit between your fingers, and if you can still feel the grit of the sugar, that means all the sugar hasn't blended into the mixture, into the fat yet, so we need to go a little bit more. Next, into my mixture, my fat and my sugar, I'm going to beat in an egg, and then I'm going to mix in 100 grams of flour. Right, so I've fully mixed in the flour, the fat, the sugar and an egg. It's nice and smooth and creamy. So just to finish off, all I'm going to do is add just a touch of almond essence. A capful. It's the almond essence that gives it its unique Bakewell Tart smell and flavour. Without almond essence, it doesn't really taste or smell like a typical Bakewell Tart. Okay, all we have to do now is spoon our mixture in. So the key thing here with this is just to make sure that each one has about the same amount of mixture. And what I try and do as well is use a spoon and a knife so I can make sure it goes right in the centre, because any that goes over the side will just burn when being baked. I'm going to try not to overfill. So I filled them all. Now I'm going to pop them in the oven to bake for about 15 to 20 minutes. So while our cakes are baking in the oven, our Bakewell Tarts, I'm going to prepare the icing sugar that's going to go on top. Now in here I've got about 100 grams of icing sugar. If you run out, you need a bit more, you can always add a bit more, but I'd rather do just enough so there's no waste. Into that I'm just going to drop about a tablespoonful of water. I'm going to mix. I want quite a thick paste. About another tablespoon. So here we are. These are our Bakewells, fresh out the oven. Nicely browned on top, not overdone. One or two of them get a little bit brown than the others because your oven may not be completely even. Don't worry about that. As they cool, they will collapse down a little bit and go a little bit flat, and need to be completely cool in order for us to decorate them. So in order to help them cool better, I'm just going to transfer them onto a bracket. It's important you do that while they're still relatively hot, otherwise if they set inside the tray, they may become very difficult to come out, especially if some of the jam has leaked out. It will set quite hard. So here the others are cooling on the rack. Now what you want to aim for when you're trying this at home is for consistency. Now if you notice, all these are about the same size. They've risen about the same amount. The pastry is about the same size. Especially if you're doing something for a party or something like that, it's good to have uniformity. It looks a bit more professional. Okay, so I've got my icing sugar here and I've got my Bakewells. So what I'm going to do is put a teaspoonful of icing sugar over the top, and spread it round. So it covers the surface. And I'll repeat that for all of them. So I'll put a bit of icing sugar on each one. And the final part is to just pop. So I've got some glazed cherries, and to finish off the classic Bakewell look, I'll pop a glazed cherry top of each one. And here we have it, our finished product. Beautiful, super light, pretty Bakewell tarts, fit for any birthday party. And these will go into action tomorrow at my niece's birthday party. So there we have it. Super simple, super easy Bakewell tarts. So once again, thank you for joining me at Food Tech 101. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to be kept up to date with all the latest videos. My name is Mr. Lionbird. You can call me sir. So, if you're still watching, this is the bonus track at the very end of the video. You've gone past the black, so you really are committed. It's a special birthday treat for my niece, Lucy Liebert. Happy birthday. I don't sing very often, so shh. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lucy Liebert. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sweetheart. Hope you have a fantastic 16th. All the best, all the love from myself, Uncle David, and Auntie Jane.